morning, friends. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi. I'm Shamanism, otherwise known as Emily, and I'm an author, an entrepreneur, and an obsessive gardener, and I'm here to help you grow anything and everything, including yourself. Hello, I hope everybody's doing well. Welcome back to the channel if you're not new, and welcome back, welcome if you're new. Sorry, it's early. So have you guys ever had it? Have you ever been so sick and so depressed that you just sort of quit living? Now you might be asking, what do I mean by quit living? Well, that you just quit participating in your life. In my case, it was because I was chronically ill that I stopped. And to that end, I want to speak into today in the video the darker side of chronic and very serious illnesses. Now you might kind of wonder why I'm talking about this, because I look healthy as a horse. And well, frankly, now I more or less am almost completely healthy. That being said, it wasn't always this way. About 5 years ago, I got really sick out of the blue. I had had psoriasis before, something that I'm still struggling with, if I'm being honest. But that's not the point of the story. The point is that I got sick out of the blue. I was totally fine, as far as I was aware. And you might ask yourself, why am I talking about my getting sick today? And the reason is this. The singular point is that I want to encourage you to really, truly take care of yourselves and to be a conscious participant in everything that you consume. Now, when I say consume, I don't just mean literally what you're eating, although absolutely, yes, that is the first problem that I see. People are not conscious of what they're putting in their mouth. And you might be thinking to yourself, what are you talking about, Emily? I remember exactly what I had for dinner last night. Well, okay, but let me ask you this. What was your dinner? What did it consist of? Are you eating the right things? And now you might be feeling kind of offended. You might be like, well, what do you mean the right things? Of course, I ate what I like, a delicious, balanced meal, let's just say, for the sake of argument. But did you? I really want to encourage you. There's almost nothing else in life I can encourage you to do more other than move your body, which you also should do. But please, mind what you're eating. There are two, within that subject, and I'm not going to go into this in super detail, but there are two major things that you want to look out for when you're ingesting, in a literal sense, with your mouth, when you're eating food. There are two big cautionary tales that I want to give you, whether or not you adopt anything else that I tell you from this channel, from my experience, from health, etc. And that is, if I were you and I truly cared about my health, I would give serious thought, and I encourage you, do your research, look into this for yourself, and make up your own mind ultimately. But having said that, hear me please here, because I don't want you to experience what I experienced for the last 5 years, the struggle that I went through basically on my own entirely, because the Western medicine area of life has no idea what was up with me. And I don't want you to be in the position of having to fight not only for your life and your vitality and vibrancy, but for any quality of life. I don't want you to have to be on permanent medication like they told me I'd have to be. By the way, I'm not on any medications right now. Well, except for a thyroid medication, but that's not got anything to do with what I'm discussing in this video whatsoever. Although it is related, and maybe I will touch on it in another video another time, not today. So the biggest problem, one of the biggest problems I see, like I said, is that people aren't aware of the two cautionary things. Right, sorry. So the two things that I would be very careful about, and personally, I would eliminate these if you're eating these foods. Number one is dairy. Dairy has devastating effects on your health, guys. Dairy is single-handedly responsible for not all, but a great vast majority of the mucus in your body is actually because your body is reacting as if the milk is a foreign body, which it is. And if you want to try this out, I encourage you, go for a week without your milk products, and then, sorry guys, and then go back, try to drink something and see if you don't immediately, and I mean immediately, have a reaction to that dairy. Dairy, guys, is a foreign substance, and you've probably heard me say it before, but I can't encourage you enough. It has one purpose and maybe two purposes: to grow and give nutrients to a baby cow, not a baby human, which is why you'll notice any mothers that the minute that they take their baby off their own breast milk or bottles or whatever, and they put them onto dairy milk, that kid immediately gains a ton of weight. It's not meant to build baby humans. End of story. And it's not healthy for us. It is a foreign body. The second major food group that I see people ingest that is so unbelievably unhealthy, and again, I encourage you to please do your research. There is tons of literature. If you want a book, for example, something that I highly encourage every single one of you watching this to read, if you have ever had a health problem, if you ever think you might have a health problem, if you're worried why you're not feeling the most vibrant, a book I would highly encourage you to read is Cleanse to Heal by Anthony William, the Medical Medium. Full stop. Go do your research. Check that one out. But seriously, it quite literally saved my life in so many ways. And it is just a treasure trove of all the right information about how to take care of this wonderful vessel that we need to have a nice, vibrant life. So the second food that I would seriously omit if you want to protect and take care of this body and vessel and you want to feel your best for the rest of eternity, forever, whatever, is eggs. And I'll just give the brief version of the story, which is essentially what happened with eggs was back in the 1960s, they were sneakily kind of used in labs as food for growing viruses. And the long story short is essentially what happened was the eggs adapted and kind of became a home, actually, became a favored food for the viruses. They were like, it was like giving, when we go to the doctor, we're sort of in the habit of giving, like the little kid, if the little kid gets a shot, we give them a lollipop and we're like, here, aren't y'all better? It's kind of like that with eggs. The viruses treated eggs like a lollipop, basically, because scientists were working with them as their food. They became their preferred food. And weirdly enough, what happened was now all these viruses. So essentially, whenever you eat an egg now, it's like putting a mouthful of a ton of, honestly, I'm not just saying this to be disgusting. It's the truth. It's loaded with viruses, guys. Eggs are incredibly unhealthy. So if I can encourage you to drop 2 things from your diet today without even the rest of this video, it's milk and eggs. So yeah, you might be wondering, why do I care? It's because I want to prevent you guys from going through what I went through. Now, the other problem that I see in the world is that once people get chronically sick, they don't know what to do. They're stuck. They're like, well, shoot, I'm on my own. So the second thing, the problem that I see and the thing that I want you guys not to end up in this pitfall is a lack of support and community. I, for the last 5 years, up until relative recent future, was completely on my own with fighting, for lack of a better word, this health issue that I had. Western medicine doesn't have all the right answers. I can tell you that. I attempted to get diagnosed, was given a diagnosis which didn't fit, and it didn't help me to heal. And all that the medical world wanted from me was medication. Now, I'm only 35. I'm not about to accept, and you shouldn't either, by the way, but I'm not about to accept medication for the rest of my life at this age. That is ridiculous. So I encourage you, in order to protect your health, to eat the right foods. So now you might be asking yourself, well, the heck is the right foods then to protect my body? Honestly, guys, and you probably have heard this before. Heck, before I got sick, I'd heard this my whole life, but I have to tell you, it took on new meaning when I got so unbearably sick that I literally was bedridden and I couldn't have a functional life. And doctors at 35 are telling me, no, this is your quality of life now. You can either accept it or whatever, but, oh, and P.S., we don't know the root cause. Guys, you don't ever want to hear that. If anyone tells you they don't know in that sense, then go do your own research. Don't rely on them to give you an answer because they don't have it. So in lieu of that, I want to say, find yourself a really good supportive tribe. It's so vital to healing. And honestly, it wasn't until I found one of my mentors who helped me with my health and subsequently found Master Sri Akarshana and found the Creator Circle that I really got that sense of community and was really able to heal. So don't allow yourself to eat the wrong things and end up without anybody to help you, without anyone supporting you, because the sad fact of the matter is, no matter how much most people will want to help you and the advice that they'll give you, most of it isn't really going to help you. And it's probably uninformed. It's just their opinion that they're sharing. So go do your research. And if I can just give you a personal suggestion, something that's worked just fantastically well, is again, just fundamentally to drop all of the animal products that you might be eating and up and increase the amount of fresh fruits and vegetables that you're eating. Really anything non-animal, honestly. It will help you massively. And the other thing that I would encourage you to just generally take care of, and again, another sort of problem I see with people taking care of their health or not, is enough sleep and just driving themselves into the ground with busyness. Number one, guys, you need 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Between the hours of 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. is like the golden hours of sleeping. That's when you get your best and deepest sleep, the sleep you really need to process your crap, to feel better in the morning. So I highly want to encourage you to get enough sleep every night. And more sort of segued into that, just as a side point, make sure you're sleeping and make sure you stop eating around the time that the sun goes down. Now, yes, I know you're probably thinking, yes, but Sham, I live in Vermont. The sun goes down at like 4 o'clock right now. Okay, yes, I hear you. I am in the same boat. So it doesn't apply so much when, if you're in New England and the sun goes down at an obscenely early time, that doesn't entirely apply. But what I am encouraging you to do is to try to keep your meal times within circadian rhythms. So only really eat when it's light and really stop eating when it's dark out, when you're Funny enough, I did a fast recently, and what I discovered for myself was how much my body appreciated the break from processing digestion constantly and things like that. So periodically, spend some time having maybe just water for a little while and let your body take a rest. It's so important for healing. So with that, guys, I hope that those tips have really helped you to keep yourself healthy. I can't encourage you enough. Now is the time to be focusing on your health if you haven't, because it's a dangerous time out there, if I'm being honest. It would be easy, if you're not taking care of your vessel, to get sick. And I so don't want you to end up in the position where I was, alone, unsupported, and just feeling terrible. So what do you need to do? Well, what I think you may want to do is, number one, find yourself some information that helps you. Get really well educated on what are the right things to eat. And I'll give you the tip: fresh fruits and vegetables are never a bad call, ever. The second thing is to make sure that you're getting enough sleep and that you're just really informed, and be careful of what you're consuming. Get enough sleep and mind what you're consuming. Now, when I say consuming, I also mean watch what you're watching. Don't watch constantly, say aggressive or violent things on TV, because your brain is like a TV projector, and it'll actually recreate the things that you've seen, and you don't want that. And the third thing I would highly suggest is to find yourself in a compatible tribe, a community that will support you no matter what. Because, as my mentors love to say, and I completely agree, your tribe is your vibe. And it is absolutely one of the most, possibly the single most, it's not the most, but it's like a very close second, is to get yourself that community. Find a community, because without it, you will be lost and searching. And I don't want you to go through what I did. So with that, I hope this has made an impact. I hope it has opened your eyes to some things that maybe weren't so obvious about life, and encourage you to really take care of this. We only get one life, and we might as well enjoy it, because Earth is pretty amazing. And with that, this wasn't actually what I wanted to talk about today. However, that topic will be coming soon. Don't worry, I'll let you guys know to stay tuned for it. But I hope this really impacted you and made you think about, what are you consuming? What are you becoming? Because we are what we eat. What are you consuming through your eyes? Do be careful what you watch, and take care of your health. And with that, I love you guys very dearly. It's snowing here in wonderful Vermont, so maybe I'll get to do a video outdoors soon. You never know. Have a beautiful weekend, you guys. I am taking a speaker course, and I'm very excited to see how it will help me. And with that, have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful rest of your week. If you're in a place with sunshine, enjoy it vicariously for me. I'm missing my mother's son so much. So take care. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch this video. Again, if it helped you in any way, please do pass it on. And with that, don't forget to like, comment, and let me know where you're tuning in from. That is always wonderful to know. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Namaste. Much love, and take care. Bye, everyone.